Welcome back to Healthcare Sucks with the W.19.C report. This is the official stock market report. I'm just going to jump right in. I know nothing. Nothing. My name is Schultz. I know nothing. If you used to watch that program, you know what that is. Starts with an A and ends with heroes. You figure it out. Anyway, watch this because I'm not a pro.
Cases in the U.S. rises. Many are wondering what the government will do and what they can do in order to prevent the spread. Joining us with more on that is Dr. Eric Feigelding, an epidemiologist. Oops.
We're having loading issues.
Testing is also critical if we can.
Well, I guess they don't want you guys watching the stock market.
Has a ripple effect to other companies. We also heard from companies like Marriott and United Airlines this week who have said they see travel way down. People
more reliant with closer to 80% of their pharmaceuticals coming from China. We're going to need to diversify that, or it becomes a non-military national security matter moving forward.
And so,
talking about the meds.
Point, I guess a lot of people were going to see more just hand waves, hello and goodbye, and perhaps elbow bumps or something of that sort. But with that, gentlemen, thank you very much both for your time.
Here we go.
Panic and fear over the coronavirus continues on Wall Street. Stocks posted their worst week since the financial crisis. The Dow fell more than 12%, a loss of about 3,500 points. This came after the Dow fell nearly 1,200 points yesterday, its worst one-day point drop ever. The head of the Federal Reserve tried to calm investors, saying the central bank was monitoring the virus and would act as appropriate to support the economy. Here to break all of this down, ABC's Rebecca Jarvis, who is live on Wall Street. Rebecca, at one point the Dow was down close to 1,000 points, so things could have actually been a lot worse.
They could have been worse, Lindsay. This was a historic week on Wall Street, the worst since the financial crisis, the Great Recession of 2008. And what we've seen on Wall Street is a ripple effect of various concerns hitting investors and their psyche. So first it began with the supply disruptions early in the week. We heard about companies like Apple and Nike and Microsoft not getting supplies from factories in China on time. That has a ripple effect to other companies. We also heard from companies like Marriott and United Airlines this week who have said they see travel way down. People aren't traveling. They're afraid of getting sick. And many companies like JP Morgan and Amazon are now canceling travel, telling their employees, Lindsay, not to travel. All of those things have economic consequences. The other side is the virus itself. There's still so much unknown, so much uncertainty around how greatly it will spread here in the United States and how long that will last. And one of the biggest things Wall Street is working through at this point is trying to fully understand that, because if the U.S. were to look like Italy or China and shut down in the ways that those countries have, you see people aren't going out to restaurants, they're not traveling, they're not going to public places. That has an economic consequence as well, Lindsay.
And Rebecca, any way to tell if we are at or near the bottom?
Well, I would, as a student of history, look back, and what we've seen in many other outbreaks, and yes, these are very different diseases, is that the market tends to bounce back after about 6 months to a year after the outbreak.
That's why they're tamping it down. Hopefully I got no food on my face because I'm eating again. That's why they're tamping it down. The bottom line. Why Trump looks like he's going to puke. Uh-oh, I said the T word. Now I'm in deep trouble. The AI gods are going to take me away. Save me. Yes, that's why they're tamping it down. Did you hear what she said? If it looks like Italy or China, we're toast. It's already here. We're already toast. It's going to crash further. And think about 2008, what it did. It's going to be way worse. And this was coming. We already had talked about it. A lot of you stock market guys out there that I've talked to over the years, you got your own shows, your own channels even, some of you. And you already called it. And this was it. We just didn't know what it would be, the key factor, but this is it. And panic in the stock market is for real. Talk about panic on the street and the people. I think we handle it a hell of a lot better than the Wall Streeters. And they got money to burn. I mean, us, we're going to be locked in and we're going to owe debt some stuff. Wait till, and that's the other factor, just wait until thousands are quarantined. And then the government's going to have to step in, like I said, and your wonderful governors and your wonderful Senate and House people and the president is going to have to postpone all payments, all debts are going to have to be put on hold, period. And they're going to have to be put on hold more. And did you hear what she said? If you didn't catch that, bounce back after 6 months to a year. Okay, that's the same time frame as the vaccinations and the treatments and the cures. 6 months for the one little thing, if they can get it to happen in a year before, and they still don't have the SARS thing figured out, guys. Period. So what do you think's going to happen? I think we already know what's happening. It's coming. So get prepared. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your personal stock market things. However, I can tell you with my anything to do with all that, it's already done. I've already transferred it into a nice, safe place. As far as my friends and my neighbors, some of them won't. Some of them have, you might be some of those people that just have so much. But I'll remind you of a little place, a little thing called Enron. And I told a couple of you the other day, my friend lost his butt in Enron. It basically bankrupted a guy that worked his whole life and paid in a fortune, over a few million into his 401k thing. He used to dump lots of money into it. And he made good money. He worked for like Pacific Power as a diesel mechanic. So he made good money. It killed him off. I mean, last heard he had lost everything except for the house, and he was trying to keep it.
The economy tends to follow in the same order. And
I didn't do that.
Point to the Great Recession. What we saw in the Great Recession is that the market, from the lows of 2008 and 2009, had bounced back within about 3 years. So if you had sold that 401k or that nest egg at the bottom of the market, you would have lost at least half of your savings. Whereas if you had held on for a couple more years, you would have made it back and then some, Lindsay.
So is that the takeaway for the average person at home? Don't sell, hold on?
Well, look, you have to talk to your financial representatives and have a conversation with them. But as a student of history, as somebody who has a 401k myself, that's what you do. You keep it for the long term. You put money in. You get your company. If you have a company that matches you.
And you lose your ass if it crashes. Enron. You lose your ass when it crashes. Sorry to be firm. Sorry to tell the truth. And I'm not giving no advice. We're running under the Fair Act use. We're running to, I know nothing. This is all hallucination and fiction. The W.19 is all fiction. There's no sick people in China. Come on. The stock market hasn't almost already crashed. There's nothing to see here. It's all good. It's all good. And with that, healthcare sucks. See you next time.